Hello Patreon people, it is February and we're already starting to get late into the month, so it's time for another update. And I've kind of been keeping my head down doing my work here in 2021. I haven't had any live streams and haven't put out a lot of social media posts. But that's because, one, it has been extremely cold in the Midwest, as it has been pretty much everywhere. We did see -11 one day, but we are on the up right now. So I haven't seen a day that's under 40 degrees in the forecast, so hopefully all this is going to be over with. And I am currently in a remodel of parts of the basement, as you know about. But let's go take a look at that and get an update. So here's the progress that I've made so far. I did completely get that wall over there completely knocked out. I'm working on the panels on this wall, and then over here is where I actually found some water damage. You can see it down along the bottom. So this room's probably been up for 15 years or so at some point there was probably water pooling over in that corner. So some of the wall over there is a bit green. I haven't gotten to tackling that yet, but now that it's warming up, I should be able to pull these off, drag them outside, clean them up a bit, and then toss them. It's just easier to deal with this if you pull out all the nails. And you'll notice my filament cart over here. I actually built this one from scraps from the wall that I took down. So you can see it's pretty rough. It's just 2x4s, 1x2s. I just kind of cobbled it together, but I used some really heavy-duty casters, and it should hold all the weight. It'll hold a little over 100 spools, so it's about 3 foot wide, and then you can spin it around. And there's almost no light back there, but you can see I've got the same thing on the other side. I have enough room up here at the top for probably one more rung, so I'm going to get that finished up. And then the rule is I shouldn't buy more filament than can fit on this cart, but we'll see how that goes. You'll notice I have wires hanging. I've had to pull some breakers. I have to redo all this wiring and the lighting, all that good stuff. And over on this side, it's still a complete mess, but hopefully as soon as I get this room done, everything will go back into shape and I can start being just a little bit more productive. Lots more work to do, but I hope to get this all knocked out by the time you see an update in March. So any free time that I've had over the last couple of weeks has been either spent upstairs hiding from the extreme cold or over there working on odds and ends. I am still getting the content out. It has been just a little bit slower, but again, I hope everything picks up in March and we'll get back to full speed and get back to some live streams. Then we have MRF. Now, MRF was announced that they were going to try to hold it in March. This is the Midwest Rip Rap Festival here in the States. But they have pushed it to the last weekend in June. So here's hoping everything goes well with the vaccine and we'll all be vaccinated and able to go to MRF. If not, we'll push towards ERF. Everything by October should be clear by then. Flights, all the travel, we should be good to go. As far as content coming out, we already corrected the 0.18 octopi. I did multi-instance, multi-camera for that. I did talk to Paul Paxtelis, probably mispronounced that, but he has a really nice automated script on how to get all that done, and he's working on the camera portion now. So maybe we'll go over his scripts in one of my videos just to kind of get it some more exposure, because I do think it's a lot easier to work with his scripts than it is to do all the hacking and tweaking on mine. Really, I'm just walking most people through it step by step to give them an idea of what it takes to get stuff like this done. But if there's an automated way, we should definitely check that out. And the next video up will be an extremely affordable board that you can get off AliExpress made by Flymaker. I think it's called the Fly RRF E3. You can get it for around 30 bucks. You can run, it's designed to go on an Ender 3. You can use it on anything, of course. But you can run RepRap firmware. You don't have to make any modifications, and you get all that wireless connectivity and all the goodness that comes with it. So you'll see that video next week. And I do have some tool changer updates. I got a couple of Chimeras. They are being sold once again. So we're going to do a video about flipping out all the panels. I got a custom set cut from printed solid. Awesome that they were able to do that for me. A couple of Chimeras, and I think we're going to go ahead and put the Omnia drop on there as well for super flexible filament. So a lot of good stuff coming up. I think the bad times of this winter are over. Everything's looking up from here. And I always want to thank you all for hanging out with me here on Patreon. This support is super important. These videos are just for you, and I'll see you on the next coffee break.